I'm Lobby of Lobby HQ, and you're watching Cartoonist by Night.
Welcome to Cartoonist by Night. I am Anthony Latch. I am joined here with Troy Dongarra, D. Brad Gibson, and Matt Rodgers. And this is the Cartoonist by Night Holiday Special. And we have a couple extra people that are in this Zoom screen here. Let's welcome Eric Wolfgang. How's it going, Eric?
Hey,
We also have,
Eric.
we also have from Hot Wing of Justice, we got Brian Lynch. How's it going, Brian?
Great,
Hey,
everybody. How's it
Brian.
going?
woo, hi.
And then we have from Crimson Cowl Media, David Gloyd. Hello, David.
Hello.
Hi.
Now we do have Eric, and then we also have David and Lynch. Not David Lynch, but David and Lynch. But I'm wondering if we could use this to our advantage and get a couple extra clicks by saying, hey, we have David Lynch on the show tonight. But
Yeah, just throw a comma in there. David, comment Lynch.
yeah. The hashtag, I think I might be able to get away with that. So what we're going to do here for the holiday special, we are celebrating this past year when we started to bring in guests into Cartoonist by Night. For 13 months we've been doing it. We've had 18 guests, and all 18 of those guests have received an invite. We may have some people pop in and out throughout this episode. This will be night 1 of 2 of the Cartoonist by Night holiday special. There's going to be no specific drawing topic, discussion topic. You know, I got some holiday questions to kind of go around and ask everybody. But what we're going to do here, we're going to see what people are planning to work on here tonight. Because I know Troy Dongarra always has his answer at the ready. Let's start with Troy. What are you going to be drawing tonight? What are you thinking?
I actually do have my answer for once.
Whoa.
I
It's a Christmas
I am going to
miracle.
be drawing Amy Dragon from the Savage Dragon series. So so Savage Dragon has been around for a long time, and the original dragon character, spoiler alert, is dead. His son has taken over and as the main character, and he has about 300 kids, of which the daughter Amy is the coolest. And my hunch is that as the thing continues, she will eventually be the main character, and so that's the character I'm going to draw, is Amy Dragon.
Amy Dragon.
Yeah, I like that. I was trying to go for a joke here because Troy usually doesn't know until we all talk about what we're working on. And here we go. Somebody said it was a Christmas miracle, so I think it is.
It was.
All right. Matt Rodgers, what's on your drawing desk tonight?
Secret.
Secret?
Secret. Not secret squirrel,
Oh,
but it's a secret project.
Secret Invasion, and they're doing another Secret Invasion story over at Marvel.
Yeah, probably. You
Excellent.
guys will know more in early 2025.
Check out those diamond previews, everybody, and look for Matt Rodgers' name. D. Brad Gibson, now we look at your drawing screen and you have a present there. Are you going to unwrap what you're drawing tonight, or what's happening over there?
Big reveal.
Oh,
Piece of paper and a red pencil, and I'm just gonna draw whatever pops into my head today. No plan, nothing planned, but probably do some kind of Christmas character or whatever they are, like Rudolph, and maybe a dentist, or what's his name, Hermie?
Yeah, Hermie.
Him. Yeah, maybe the Grinch. I don't know, something like that.
Can't wait to check that out. Eric Wolfgang, what's on your drawing board tonight?
Just going to be drawing a bunch of slap stickers.
Ooh.
So yeah, just drawing on some U.S. postage priority mail stickers. I don't know what yet, but something simple.
Things that you include with orders and things that you're shipping out and everything.
Yeah, or yeah, just I see a mailbox and I just want to put it on there.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
Excellent. All right, let's go over to Brian Lynch. What's on your plate today?
Well, at the time of this recording, I'll have probably finished up my Christmas carols, the Brian versions, and I'm now going to be working on one of the first movies that you'd like to see in the holiday season.
Cool. Yeah, so check out the Hot Wing of Justice Instagram feed to understand what's all happening over there. Cool. Jump over to David Gloyd. What you thinking for tonight?
Well, since this is the holiday special, I'm working on my holiday project from Halloween. Doing part 2 of the Gravesweeper Spooky Stories, Three Brothers Grimm. Initially that was supposed to be like just one thing, trying to rush it and get it done for Halloween. That wasn't going to happen, so I split it into 2 parts. And while it has nothing to do with Christmas, this one should be just in time for Christmas.
Awesome. And what I'm going to do, I've got a couple things on my share screen because I can't just give a simple answer. I always have to give a big grand story about what I'm drawing. Last year, I started doing the Winter Muppets, and all of these cards were sold to an awesome customer at one of my shows. Basically, just going through a bunch of Muppet characters and adding some winter clothes, going through with whiteout pens and adding some snow and stuff. And then I did that batch, and then I also had this batch here. One of the newer ones is Pepe down there. All the other ones were done almost a year ago or at the beginning of the year. And then to fit the theme of Winter Muppets, I wanted to show off this Emmett Otter one that I busted out.
nice.
Did it physically, but then I added digital stuff with extra snow and everything for this presentation. So what I'm going to do here is jump over to my drawing screen to show that I had sketched out a couple more of the Winter Muppets. So, you know what? Before I do that, I don't want to make this next person wait. So we're going to be continued on that moment.
Ooh.
Let's unwrap this first present on a guest here. Bringing them in, we have Winston Gambro. Winston, how's it
Winston Gambro.
Welcome.
Happy
Hi,
holidays
Winston.
to those who celebrate.
I do.
There you go. Awesome. We had just went through talking about what we're going to be working on tonight, and I saw your invite pop in, so I didn't want to make you wait there. I'm going to finish up what I'm saying, and then I'm going to throw it over to Winston and find out what he's been planning to work on tonight. So I have a couple sketched out here. I have a Swedish Chef for a Winter Muppet. I've got Bobo the Bear.
Bubble. Yeah.
Also have Walter, one of the newer additions to the Muppets, and by new, that's already over like 12 years old.
Right.
Then the Muppet Newsman as well. So I have, and I do have a Robin.
Nice.
I had to figure out how to draw Robin without, making it look like Kermit. I'm like, all right, I got to have more background than I do character on this one. So, yeah, those are a couple Winter Muppets that I'm going to be working on throughout this episode. But let's jump over to Winston. Any idea what you're going to be working on tonight?
Yeah, I've been working on a webtoon and I wanted to get the first chapter in the can. I finished that earlier today, so I'm basically going to be getting it ready to go on the internet. I'm going to be making thumbnails and social images.
Fun.
Cool. All right. As we go through, feel free to just start drawing and talking and hanging out. If you want to show your progress as you're going, feel free to interrupt or just hold it up during a discussion. This is going to be a big experiment. This is the most people that we've had on Cartoonist by Night. Most people I've done in a Zoom before with my other shows as well. And so, yeah, this will be an experiment, a holiday experiment. But so far, so good. All right, so we may expect some other people as we go through, but what I want to do to kind of get the discussion going is because it's the holiday special, I reached out to the social media to specifically ask some holiday related questions, and that I think will help the dialogue get rolling. We had the first question was favorite movie or TV episode for during the holidays. I'm going to go with my screen lineup here. So let's start with Brian Lynch. What's your answer to that?
The original Grinch is definitely one of the top ones because I think he's one of the most misunderstood characters for the holiday season up until, because people always think of him as like a Scrooge, which brings me to The Muppet Christmas Carol, which is a must watch, especially on Christmas Eve, because when there's only one more sleep till Christmas, that's the way that you got to go and everything. So those are two of my top favorite like Christmas specials that I like to entertain myself now with each year.
Yeah, it's
More like Brian Grinch, right?
Oh, you got him so good.
That is good. Not that I don't have coworkers that say you're a mean one, Mr. Lynch.
Some of these windows have gotten a little smaller because of the number of members here, but I think I might see egg on Brian Lynch's face right now. So, all right. Let's see. I'll skip over me because I'm the next lineup here. I'll go at the end. D-Bread Gibson, favorite holiday movie or TV episode? And let's remind everybody, this is from a Canada viewpoint.
Okay.
Ugh.
Exotic.
It's a Canadian.
Said that.
A Canadian one you want? Okay. I got sick of the Christmas Carol story. There was so many versions of it that I kind of stopped watching any Christmas Carol related thing. But I'm okay this year to go back to that. So I will be rewatching Muppet Christmas Carol. And because it's been like a long time since I've watched a Christmas Carol story, a Scrooge story. And I'll probably watch the Scrooge McDuck one. And the other one I'm going to watch, it's a Canadian special, but I think it probably aired in the States on, usually the stuff from Canada often airs on HBO or Nickelodeon or Showtime. And so this was a famous Canadian impressionist from when I was a kid named Rich Little, and he plays all the characters in it. So it's Rich Little's Christmas Carol, and it is on YouTube. So I'm gonna watch that, and I'm also gonna rewatch Emmett Otter's Christmas. That's a favorite. I found it on Tubi with the original Kermit introduction in it, so I'm happy about that. Grinch is a favorite. I like any of the Rankin Bass stop motion specials. They're always fun.
Yeah.
They can get a bit dull, but they do have fun parts. Like I love Heat Miser song, In the Year Without Santa Claus. That's a fun one too. And then what was the other one? Okay, it might pop in my head another one, but those are the ones that popped in my head right now. Christmas Eve on Sesame Street is one I watch every year. It's from 1978. So,
Not sure if I've seen that. I'll have to look that up.
oh yeah, Christmas Eve on Sesame Street. Yeah.
All right, we're going to jump over to David Gloyd, favorite holiday movie, and this could include Halloween because I said holiday movie. For your sake.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I could pick just one. I will say I nothing really comes to mind as far as like Christmas episodes of anything, but every year, we do the traditional Christmas movie watching. So first I will say the Rankin Bass stuff. That's a gotta watch every year. Although at some point it got harder to watch, and then it transitioned to can't watch it without kind of Mystery Science 3000 it, while we're all watching it, and you start talking about the drugs that must have been done in the making of these, and some of the things that you didn't catch when you were little and watching it, and now that you're older and you're like, Wow. So we've got that every year. At some point, I think there was it was like TBS or something on cable that started doing like this 24 hours of A Christmas Story
Yeah.
a while back, and they started doing that. So we would put that on while we were doing various things, getting ready for it, and then at some point we would just sit and watch the whole thing. And while we don't have it on like an endless loop anymore, that is something that like on Christmas we always have to watch that one. Um, I do have to say, my opinion, Die Hard is a Christmas movie, so that gets watched every year. And the best one though, when it comes to movies like that, is Escape from New York, because my one son convinced my wife that we had to watch it because it was a Christmas movie, like Die Hard's a Christmas movie. So we watched Escape from New York. Obviously not a Christmas movie, but it's become a running joke. So every year we watch Escape from New York.
Oh, okay, that's funny.
Because you mentioned, A Christmas Story, anybody else have not seen The Christmas Story? Because I have not. Anybody else?
Oh, I saw it. Yeah.
Am I the only one that hasn't? Is what I'm asking.
Yes.
Oh,
You
yes.
should be that person for the rest of your life. That's a very rare breed. Like, don't ever watch that movie now.
All I know is simply just there's a BB gun, something involved. That's all I know about that movie. So
That's all you need to know.
Yeah,
All you
it
need
does.
to know.
I mean, you could
just to
watch it,
throw
but
in-
you're at risk of shooting your eye out. So
Yeah, right. And to throw in Canadian content here, that was it was not a big hit in the States until it started being aired over and over again on television. But it was a hit in Canada because it was made by one of our directors, Bob Clark.
oh,
It was a hit here right away.
it's a
I
fun-
knew there was something wrong with that movie.
He also made another Christmas classic called what's that one? It's a horror one. Is it Black Christmas? He made that one too.
Like the original one?
Yeah.
Okay, because I think they redid that a couple of years ago.
Yeah, they redid it twice.
Man,
Yeah.
I'll tell you a good Christmas movie. I'll wait for my turn. Sorry.
Well, I'm looking at the lineup here, and you are next. So go ahead.
There you go.
you are
Um,
now anyway.
Violent Night is like 10 times better than it needs to be.
That
That
was
movie's amazing.
Is that the one with David Harbour?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so good. The Santa Claus backstory was amazing. It's John Wick with Santa Claus, man. It's so good.
It is pretty fun.
Like we're like waiting to be able to watch it, like because it's awesome. And then Rankin Bass stuff is always a big thing for me. I really like Jack Frost is my favorite one of those.
Oh yeah.
I like the claymation stuff. And then I also really like the Jetsons Christmas special where Astro got sick.
Oh.
But I never saw the whole thing because the tape that we had, I guess there was like bad weather at the time, so like it constantly like cuts out to a black screen and says like signal unavailable.
So you don't know if Astro ever gets better?
And I don't. Is he okay?
Nobody tell him. Nobody tell him.
The famous episode where Astro dies.
You're a monster. You like that episode?
Yeah, I hope Astro's not in any other episodes that aired after that. What did I miss?
I love it.
Uh,
I love it.
all right. Did Brian Lynch leave? No, he's still here.
Surprise.
All right. Somebody's screen went out. I'm looking at all the people here. Troy's missing.
Oh,
So
He's
at,
still
at the start of this, at the hangout, was there was a little bit of slow connection on his end, but then it was going good. So we'll see if he jumps in. Let's jump over to Eric Wolfgang. Favorite holiday movie or television episode or special?
So, I mean, we've all seen the classics. We've all talked about them. We all love them. Some of them were probably at the point where just like, all right, I'm over this. So one thing I've started doing that I've really been loving a lot is been watching whatever the new like the new holiday movies, like I have to watch them. I have to watch what the new stuff is. Like just over like Thanksgiving weekend, there was a new one on Netflix called Hot Frosty.
Oh yeah.
It's like, let me tell you, these new like Hallmark-esque, like really cheesy romance Christmas movies, holiday movies, whatever you like to call them, absolutely amazing. Like, I'm just like I want to see what the new holiday movie classic is going to be when it happens, and just be like, this movie is like, this movie rocks. Like they're all roller coasters of emotions because they're just trying to catch everybody to watch this movie. So definitely recommend watching like all the new holiday stuff.
Yeah, I watched Hot Frosty because I saw it pop up on the menu when it debuted, and I'm like, "What is this?" And I just pressed play immediately.
Yeah.
Also, crazy. Go ahead. Go ahead.
10 years, sorry, in about 10 years from now, I'm gonna be the guy who says, you know, I've actually never seen Hot Frosty.
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna be that guy.
I'll be that guy.
Yeah.
Go on, Eric. What were you gonna say?
Oh no, what I was gonna say is, it's funny too, because it's one of those when you look up when you're watching a movie, like we all do it, we all immediately hit IMDb or Google Movies or whatever to see these people. The dude who plays Hot Frosty looks nothing like he does in his like online like professional headshots. So it's one of those things like, who is this guy? And then you see him, you're like, whoa, who is this guy?
And who is he?
I don't know. That's why I'm waiting to see it become a holiday classic.
He's Hot Frosty. That's who he is.
Yeah. He's an unknown.
Hot Frosty sounds like something you'd find on Urban Dictionary.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Honestly, that sounds like a drink order, like a holiday drink order.
Well, when I think of Hot Frosty, I think of the little treat from Wendy's, and I just think of a melted Frosty there. So,
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Okay, so looking at the lineup and things shaking up over here, we're jumping over to Winston.
So I love A Christmas Story, but I'm burnt out. That 24/7 marathon kind of ruined it for me. And then I'm a big classic Simpsons fan, like seasons 1 through 10. I think they only have 2 Christmas specials during that whole run.
Really?
But it's the first episode, and first one where they get the dog, and then a really good one where Bart is shoplifting and Marge finds out. And I watched that already, and it's just a great episode mixed with a great holiday special.
Excellent. Jumping over to Troy.
So my kids like Home Alone.
Yeah.
That's probably the big one. My wife really likes National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Yes.
And so we always watch those two. And then there's always like the new one. Like right now, while I'm in here, they're watching Red One, which is like a Christmas movie with The Rock in it. So, and then my daughter she's the real creature of habit in the family. She likes to watch Mickey Mouse Christmas Carol on Christmas Eve at some point. But as far as me per se, I don't really have a favorite one. I just I'll watch whatever everybody else has on. It's kind of boring, right?
I wouldn't say boring. I'd say that it sounds kind of sad.
I mean, that's a very good descriptive of my life, Matt.
And this guy knows sad. He watched Astro die 100 times.
Maybe. Spoilers, I still don't know what happens.
All right. I got to find out now.
I do.
I got to find that episode.
I need to find a VCR.
I've got one yet.
And
I
that
do
tape.
too, yeah, but I don't have that. You have to send me the tape because I'm not sending you my VCR.
It might not work if it's a Canadian VCR.
It's North American, so it's okay.
Okay.
All right, so looking at the lineup here, I think I am the last one to go. So, a lot of great ones mentioning, like Eric Wolfgang, kind of giving some spotlight to some of the newer stuff. So this one will fit in that category. When Disney Plus came out, Noelle, I'm a big Anna Kendrick fan, and it's almost like like a female version of Elf in a way. But her and Bill Hader are siblings, or Santa's kids and stuff, and that's a Disney Plus one. That's good, clean family fun. Classics go for me. Definitely not A Christmas Story, as we all know. I have yet to see it, but the one that we all loved as a family was 100% National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. That was our Christmas Eve movie, getting back from our grandparents' house and then putting that on. And I just remember watching it at a very young age, and that's a tradition we keep up today. And I'll watch it after our gatherings and stuff like that. Definitely Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas. Let's see here. I don't know if I'll get the images up later, but I did some other Winter Muppets of the Emmett Otter crew, different than the one I showed earlier, that are all available at the Gift Nook, my friend's shop. So definitely, I've watched Emmett Otter probably 3 or 4 times already this season, and I'll probably watch it again for as we get closer to Christmas. So those are some top favorites. And then for television, this one has not been mentioned. Anytime they had a Christmas episode on ER. So I watched ER a lot. And what I liked about that is just that it's still a normal episode of ER, but then the whole hospital decorate for Christmas, and everyone's got to work on Christmas. And if it gets to snow, they're excited to take the break, go outside, but then there's usually some crazy injuries with Santas, or like drunk Santas in the ER, and there's always holiday related chaos in the emergency room. So anytime they celebrated Christmas, with that being a Chicago based show with their location and everything, it added an extra feel of always having snow and being able to relate to those kind of winters and such. So yeah, I'm glad that I took a risk going last, because I thought for sure everybody was going to mention ER, the television.
They should have had a crossover episode with the Jetsons. And then
yeah, maybe they could have saved that poor dog.
Dave Astro.
Excellent. And then one that actually, if you go back on Cartoonist by Night, there'll be there's a moment where I realize I unlock a memory. I think thanks to Rodgers, he had mentioned the Christmas toy, the Jim Henson, Muppet, special and all that stuff with the
terrifying.
And it was one of those that when he mentioned it, I didn't really remember it. And then I started looking it up, and I'm like, a memory just unlocked, a piece of my childhood that just drifted away from me, and now that's thrown into my rotation. So I have Rodgers to thank for bringing back that childhood memory that was once lost.
Thanks.
Sorry. Yeah. Another one that's really good is the I don't know what the official name of it is, but it's claymation. That's 2 dinosaurs hosting a special, and the California raisins are in it.
Oh, really?
And they don't know what the word wassailing is, so they keep saying different things like waffling and stuff. And then there's Carol of the Bells with the conductor, and there's one stupid bell that doesn't know how to hit himself in the head to make the right sound. I just sounded like a total crazy person.
I also don't know what wassailing is.
I saw that when it first aired, and I can't remember it at all now.
The best way I can describe wassailing is it's kind of like waffling. That's all I know.
Yeah, I only know waffling from wrestling, and that's where you hit somebody really hard. He just waffled him with a chair.
Bobby, can we talk about mishearing Christmas lyrics, and I just found this out yesterday. Was in the 12 Days of Christmas for the fifth day. I found out I was drawing the cartoon, and I'm like, oh, no, I'm sorry, the fourth day. It says They say four collie birds, but for 50 odd years, it's like I thought they were saying four calling birds, like they were singing birds or anything like that. There, but it's collie, like spelled like the dog, and I'm like, what kind of insanity is that?
What?
That doesn't sound
half
real.
dog, half bird monstrosity.
Right?
For Christmas?
Lovecraft wrote a Christmas story?
Yeah,
What the heck is that?
Yeah, I think
And Anthony didn't see that Christmas story either.
No.
I'm going to choose to live the rest of my life not believing a word of what you just said.
Me too, because
Yeah.
I don't know that I have room in my heart for another type of bird in that song.
Collie
It's
bird.
only calling birds for me, but
Man, I don't even
So
know
it's
what
not just me.
Yeah, I think we're all on the same page for that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know if I believe you on that one. It's calling birds.
Yeah.
Not that I know what a calling bird is either, but
I didn't even know that a bird could have colic. Like, it's a very strange thing for a bird.
I don't even know what a bird is. What is that?
Well, it kept calling because it was colicky.
Colicky.
yeah.
Suddenly, it's all
anybody else
making more sense, though.
Anybody else have any jokes to tag on before I move to the next subject?
No, I did not.
That birds, am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, birds.
We'll talk
What's
about
the
turtle
deal?
doves next time. I mean, come on, turtle doves? Like,
Hey,
right?
hey, save some for the part 2.
Yeah.
Well,
We got to get them coming back. I think that's going to finalize. I was wondering if this is going to be one giant episode or two, but just because of that little tease, I think it will officially be 2 episodes now.
Yes. So now it's the Hollandaise special.
Hollandaise, yes.
Hollandaise.
Oh.
Poison.
Have we been saying that wrong too all these years?
Can we talk about what figgy pudding is while we're talking about stuff? Because no clue.
This whole time I didn't realize you're supposed to say Happy Hollandaise.
Brian Lynch, you ruin everything.
Jesus.
You blockhead.
Oh, how I hate him.
Great stuff, everybody. Great. All right.
Oh,
Now, before I jump into the second question that I threw out at everybody, let's do a little check-in on the drawings. This is where I'm at for Bobo the Muppet here. I'm going to add some more details with the fur and get in with the whiteout pen next to start adding some snow and add some scarf details. But this is where I'm at so far for Bobo. So,
Boo-boo.
here's where I am.
he's showing us a little something here.
I see a button.
Oh, man. Hello. Whoa.
Oh, hey, strobing effect, please.
Sorry. Photosensitive warning.
All right. I didn't really. Anybody who's ready, Lynch, what you showing off there?
Lips.
Nope, it's Santa's bag.
I was going to say, that's
Oh.
Santa's bag.
Oh,
Oh, man,
lips.
Ernest saves Christmas.
Yeah, you've been saying that wrong too. It's Brian Lips.
Hot lips of justice.
Hey, wait, that's the new character I was creating. How did you know?
Anthony,
Hurry,
write that down.
copyright it.
If only I had the Janice sketch Muppet card here, that would fit in.
Sketch
Well, actually,
Muppet.
I should say Lips because there was a Muppet named Lips.
There was, yeah. Is.
Sketch Muppet.
Okay, let's see here. Troy, we're looking at Amy over there.
yeah. Let me see.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And Troy has some fun history with this. I think it was said on the Crimson Cowl episode you were on. Not sure if it's been mentioned on Cartoonist by Night, but you've written in for Savage Dragon and sent some fan art back in the day. Is that right?
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
You're in the letters
fact,
page?
So I drew Amy Dragon wearing the She Dragon's power gloves, And the issue that I had fan art published in was the first appearance of the She-Dragon.
Oh,
I want to say issue 12 or 13, way, way back in the day. And I think they're about to do 270 something, 275 maybe coming out.
wow.
When you had mentioned that, I went ahead and bought a copy of that. I believe Kirby bought a copy of that as well, so that we have those for our Eternal collection.
So when I found out about it, I was in the car with my older brother and one of his friends, and he's like, "Yeah, congratulations on getting your drawing in the dragon." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "You got your drawing in the Savage Dragon, the same one where he bites off that dude's tongue." And my mom is in the front, and she's like, "Wait, what?" Like, "You're focusing on the wrong thing, Mom. Like, I got a drawing in the Savage Dragon. What's this I hear about biting off a man's tongue?"
You can't talk to me that way. I'm a published cartoonist.
That's right. I got fan art published, randomly selected. I got published.
Nice.
And
That's
I forget
awesome.
if you mentioned, but what age do you think that was?
I think 12 or 13.
Oh, okay.
Damn,
That's awesome.
Dang.
that's some
Well, it
bragging.
was
All right,
at
that
the
leads
time. I mean, I was like, I was on cloud nine.
that's a great
I've
lead in
mentioned it.
for. Yeah, go ahead.
I mentioned it periodically. Like, I'll send Eric Larson an email and be like, "Hey, remember me? I'm the guy that did that fan art in issue number 12." He never responds, but you know, he knows.
No, he's busy.
That guy.
All right, that leads into my next question here is anybody else have been published in an issue of Savage Dragon? No,
Can't say
nobody?
No.
All right,
Yes.
that was a quick round. I thought that was going to last longer.
that.
Okay.
So disappointing.
Oh, man. Okay. Going. Actually, any other drawings to show off that anyone's working off screen or anything to tease or anything to hold up? Feel free to jump in.
Did a dentist elf, but I didn't
Oh, that's
remember.
fun.
I didn't remember what Hermie looked like, so I just did my own version.
Well, not
That's a much
that,
funner design.
but it's cool.
He didn't look like that, but that's better.
So it's,
That looks like a Keebler elf they keep in the back room.
Dentist.
I want to be a dentist.
I should look him up and see if I can draw him now.
Yeah, I was gonna say that we have these like little pocket computers. You can find everything on there.
My pocket computer is right here.
Okay, I believe we have Winston Gambro here.
Yeah, here's my thumbnail so far.
Beautiful.
Ew.
Webtoon has square and vertical, so I'm just going to do one drawing, then crop it. That's this blue frame. This is the vibe I'm going for. It's kind of like a mid-century horror, and so I'm trying to copy this face and pose. Yeah, that's where we are.
Man.
Nice. I like
I
it.
always, every time I see somebody else's thumbnails, I always feel so bad about myself.
No way. Are yours looser than this?
Mine are like stick figures, and then I get bored halfway through, and then I just wing it for the rest of it and don't do thumbnails.
Yeah, I was gonna say, wait, you do thumbnails?
I was talking to Jay Hammond, and I asked him what he was doing. He's like, "I'm working on thumbnails for this issue," and I was just like, "Sucks to be you." He's like, "You don't do thumbnails?" I was like, "No." My entire process horrifies mostly him, but pretty much anybody that I've shown it to.
But hey, it works because you got a lot of awesome stuff out there.
Yes, he does.
Thanks, man. Yeah, like I get bored doing pencils, so then I'll start inking, and then I get bored doing the inking, so then I start coloring, and then I get bored coloring, so I'll start another page and start penciling, and then I get bored on that. So like halfway through a project, I have like 14 half pages and then 10 empty ones. And Fife's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, it'll get done.
Yeah, and I'm curious. Other people can answer this too, but it almost feels like Rodgers. You draw a comic book like how they make movies, like completely out of order, and
Yeah,
so
exactly.
that's actually an interesting question for those people that have made comics. That do you work in that fashion, or do you have to do it sequentially in the order of? Feel free to jump in.
I do it sequentially. It, yeah, I think I would just like lose track if I don't have this step by step, like pencil this, ink this, color this, repeat. Like I would lose where I was. But I think it's a great productivity thing if you can pencil every page and ink every page and color every page.
Yeah, I've heard what I do described as I don't know if you guys are familiar with the artist Scott Lost. He does comics out of California. He calls it the oh crap, now I'm not gonna be able to remember the name of it. He has an anagram that he calls his, and it's basically you're just like working where the vibes are. So it's like I don't feel like penciling today, so I'm gonna color. I don't feel like doing mine. Mine's just because I get bored doing the
Yeah,
same thing.
my problem is I don't think I'm ever in the mood for penciling. It would be inks and colors only. It would be a
Just
disaster.
just do what I do and skip that step.
I'm not entirely sure that I know how to pencil, to be perfectly honest, because I don't do it.
That's right. You draw in final inks all the time. It's the only way to
Yep.
get stuff down.
Yep.
That's
I
like
might do a outline, but beyond the basic frame, that's it.
That's right. You outline in ink.
it's
Hmm.
like when you watch Art Baltazar when he's done his commissions on his YouTube, you'll see the loosest pencil sketch just to make sure everything fits on the page. There's very little detail of any sort. It's mostly just circles and everything, and then he just jumps right to the inking stage for the commissions, and then they always turn out perfect. So
Yeah, when I started out, I didn't do pencils. I just went right to ink. And then I didn't even usually sketch the stuff out first. I just started that way. And if I had an error, I just kind of rolled with it and, kind of worked it in there somehow. But now, yeah, I pencil everything first. I think I mentioned last time the problem that I have now is I'll do really good pencils that I'm really happy with, and then I start inking them. I'm like, oh my God, I ruined it. So
Yeah,
yeah.
that can happen big time.
Hey, Anthony, I wanted to ask how your convention went.
We're talking about Warrior Con, is that correct?
Was that the most recent one?
Yeah, yep. So
Right, Crispy debuted?
So yeah, I've had that would be my second show with the Rice Christopher, but at the last one at the time of this recording was Warrior Con that was put on by our Oh Yeah Comics friend Bernie at the shop there. Myself and Brian Lynch were set up at the show. It was definitely a lot of fun. It was cool. That was my first out of state convention, and first time being around so many convention friends. When I've done the Wisconsin ones, I've made friends there, and I'd have one or two people. I'm always usually tabling alongside David there as well. But going over to Illinois, then it was an awesome experience to kind of be surrounded by a lot of the artists that are part of the mystery industry Mondays, which Brian Lynch can speak more on. So yeah, it was a blast just to take Rice Christopher into the next state and see what people thought. Brian Lynch, your thoughts on Warrior Con?
I thought it was probably one of the most fun Comic Cons in my short time of doing them to do. And I thought that the setup was just amazing. It was set up in a high school cafeteria, which was more round than square. And you walk in, you go to the left, you're immediately following an outer circle that had vendors of toys, comic books, all sorts of fun stuff. And it just kind of led into the artist alley, which I like into a cul-de-sac of just amazing, amazing talent. And like Anthony said, it's so cool to be surrounded by so many awesome artists. The vibe was just excellent. I had the privilege of drawing alongside a lot of them in that Mystery Industry Monday group that the All Yeah Comics Skokie store puts out there. so I was familiar with a lot of them. Felt honored because I got to sit next to comics icon, in my opinion, now Jim Terry, and you know, you had Art Baltazar there, Lavi, who's been a past guest, and just the whole vibe was just phenomenal. It was such a great thing, and I'm looking forward to seeing the growth of this here because I really think it can just get bigger and better.
Yeah, and I think it was Art that mentioned that it felt like we were all just at like a barbecue, like a family reunion type of thing, and like it was just kind of cool to all have our own little setups and just kind of from time to time just jumping over to each other's table and yelling out yagums because more than half of us knew what yagums meant. So when you say that in public, it's great just to be surrounded by that. And I'm always curious the people that aren't familiar with that phrase and they just get surrounded by that. Stands for "You're a good man, sir," a phrase from Art Baltazar. So when we say yagums in the store and on the streams and stuff, it was just fun to always kind of be in that little the group, the yagums group.
Yeah, speaking of Yagams, when I don't know if this happens to any of you, but whenever I type in the letter Y on my phone, Yagams shows up.
Yep.
That happened today.
Sounds like an awesome phone.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, of course, you guys talking up Warrior Con. Now I feel even more pressure, to do mine because I wasn't able to go to Warrior Con, but I had a personal interest in it because knowing that it was done at a high school and everything, I'm actually putting one together myself. For in May, my day job is a high school. I started a comic book club at the high school, and we're putting together a comic convention. And yeah, so I'm just trying to like figure it all out. Like, how do you do this? How do you work with the high school? Everything's got to be, high school appropriate and everything else. So I did reach out to Bernie, and by the way, Anthony, he did get back to me on that.
Cool.
Yeah, so it's like, hearing you guys talk it up, I'm like, oh, now there's even more pressure. I got to do a good job with this. So, but
It was great because like all the money that they raised from anyone who was an artist alley or a vendor and everything, and even the art that some of the high school students that were set up there were doing, all that money was raised and helped support the fine arts program at the high school, which I thought was another reason why you have to, you just got to do it.
nice. Yeah, mine essentially anything that we pull in is going back into our comic book club to fund making comics. We are doing a comic book this year, so that should be ready and available at that time. But it's just I've got so much going on there. It's just overwhelming at times how much there is putting all this stuff together, trying to organize this group of kids to do a comic book, trying to organize a convention at the same time and having all these things revolve around each other. So I have a newfound respect to anybody who's done that in the past for all the conventions I've gone to know what it takes to actually get those things done and pull them off. It's a lot of work.
And
What I liked about this one here was that it, normally go to these conventions and everything, and it's crazy because you've got, row and row and row of up and down artists, and I feel like sometimes like you miss on some of these artists unless you systematically go up and down these rows. And the whole fact that this was circular and just kind of brought everything together, I don't think I've seen a better setup for the space that they had. So. And I understand not everybody has that kind of options, but just the use of space was perfection. They really did a great job doing that.
And checking in some other drawings, Eric Wolfgang, let's check in with you. What you've been, how those postage drawings going?
I drew this guy.
Oh, I know him.
Looks familiar.
I drew this guy.
Oh,
Nice.
And then I drew this guy.
nice.
So So I don't know. I'm just gonna keep drawing, and then once I feel like I drew a couple, then I'm just gonna color them.
Looking good, looking good. Anybody else we want to see some progress from that you can show?
There's a fist.
Oh,
Oh, and a glove.
see now he is working on
Indeed.
Marvel Secret Vision because Secret Invasion because the fist. You're drawing the fist from Daredevil.
Yes. Yes.
We'll take another take. Future Anthony will do another take on that, so I don't stop.
Okay, do it again. Do it again. Do it again.
Oh, so
Take two.
so it is true you're working with Marvel Secret Invasion because you were drawing the fist from the
Exist. No, I messed up that time.
All
Oh,
right,
Now let's
try
hope future Anthony uses that cut and not the other cut.
again. We'll see what happens.
Release the Anthony cut.
It'd be a very popular hashtag. David, anything to show off that?
Not that I can really show off at this point. In fact, the one that I just started is a bit of sketch. I essentially have 2 circles, but yeah. No, I'm just kind of working on figuring it out. Nice thing about the project that I'm currently working on is that it is an adaptation from a fun little film project that I did with my kids when they were younger. And so that's so the Three Brothers Grimm that I'm doing for the story was this actual film that we put together. So I didn't even have to really write anything. I'm just adapting it. And I don't need thumbnails and stuff for it because I just watch I just have our video playing and I pause it when I go, okay, I need to adapt this part right here. And how can I, how can I translate this to a page? So there's a little bit of a challenge in doing that, trying to get this moving picture across as just a page of art, but at the same time, it's already done and laid out for me, so I don't have to do that.
that's a fun idea.
All right. I think I'm gonna call it here on Bobo as I added the snow being my final detail there, and add him to my lineup of winter Muppets. And the
Looks
great thing,
good.
thank you. The great thing about that topic is that there's so many characters to draw throughout the years. I start getting into Sesame Street and Fraggle Rock and deep cuts of all of the different, whatever. So I think I found myself a nice little annual holiday tradition for myself to do that. All right. I'm going to jump over to the second question, which hopefully should take us through towards the end of night 1 here. Let me get to it here. Oh, actually, you know what? I had a couple of responses from people that either are fans or couldn't join us that are past guests. So to answer the favorite movies or television stuff, Adam Crone, AC Draws stuff. Shout out to Adam Crone. He goes, you can't beat Home Alone. But Christmas with the Cranks moves up my list every year. Severely underrated. Wolfgang?
Yeah, I've seen that.
That is the best horror movie. Like, that's a Halloween movie. That's not a Christmas movie. Like, that is a scary movie. That's an anxiety attack movie, man. But it is a good movie.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've watched that, but I've seen it pop up on one of my streamers.
Yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis is in it too. Speaking of Halloween.
There we go.
Somebody say Jamie Lee Curtis?
That's one of those movies I got sick of because I've got relatives that we'd visit them in July and they'd have that thing playing. For some reason, they just played it all the time.
Dude, I mean, it's horror movie. It seeps into your life.
Well, I thought it was kind of scary. Yeah.
And here's one that he did. Nobody else mentioned for an episode. He goes, Perfect Strangers, Season 4, Episode 9, The Gift of the, and he gave me the pronunciation, Meepiote. The Gift of the Meepiote.
Oh, yeah. He's from Meepos.
Yeah.
America.
Adam or the character?
Balky Bartakamus.
Don't be ridiculous.
Happy Dance.
Oh, and then he also says every Christmas episode of ER. Oh, look at that. Hey, nice.
You stole his answer.
What are
Oh,
the
shoot. Dang it.
chances?
Why did I read that? Let's see here. Greg Schmidt from Schmidt and Giggle. He replied, gave his answers. Muppet Family Christmas, the made-for-TV movie that featured the Muppets, Sesame Street, and the Fraggles.
That's right.
And so another great suggestion there. Then we have Brian Lynch, who mentioned his. I don't know if you mentioned this one in the today's episode, but Star Wars. Did you you called out Star
No,
Wars?
you know what? I forgot about that one, and I also forgot the whole Nightmare Before Christmas, and I didn't get into that until my kids did. So you're talking maybe 10 years ago. So, but the Star Wars holiday special, I think it's more nostalgic of my son and I watching it on like an iPad and just in amazement that it's still there. It's available and it's just out there wackiness.
And it keeps
Star
getting
Wars.
better and evolving.
Yes.
I'm not familiar with it.
You count
Star
yourself
Wars
lucky.
Hollandaise special. Yeah.
It's trash.
This
It's a good annual thing, brings people together.
yeah.
You know.
It's a good annual reminder that not everything is perfect.
I mean, you get Boba Fett from it, and no spoilers, but because of the new show Skeleton Crew, it's now more canon, I guess, more accepted
yeah.
canon. I don't know.
I
if
was pretty
anybody's watched
excited when I saw that little moment. Yeah. And if you want more details on what David was alluding to, check out our last episode in our feed with David Gloyd and our Superman episode, because we talk about our Crimson Cowl Comic Club annual Life Day screening parties. So that was
Yeah.
Ugh. You guys are all monsters.
Good times.
Now I'm wondering, because it's been mentioned, should this be the Cartoonist by Night Hollandaise special? Should that be what we call it?
Yes.
I think so, probably.
Now that I'm hearing all your bad takes, it might be the final Matt Rodgers appearance on the show.
We're not going to see you for night 2.
Ugh.
Have we ever seen
It'd be
D.
like
Brad
Astro.
use
We'll
a-
never know what
use
happened.
a brush pen before?
The what?
Have we seen D. Brad use a brush pen before? This is fantastic.
Oh no, it's the new one I got from the.
It's
Did you get it from Jet Pens?
No,
Okay, never mind.
but
As you were.
But
did you just
what you told me? It's
did you just kind of get it and be able to do that, or
that's the first time I've used it.
oh god, I hate you. I mean, you're amazing.
It makes a weird squeaking sound, so I don't know if I'm doing anything wrong.
No, you're doing everything right. It looks great.
Sounds like the fact that ours don't squeak means that we're doing something wrong.
Oh,
I think the fact that I spent years trying to get it to look halfway decent, and then he just picked it right up means I'm doing something wrong.
It's all in the
this
ear.
is the first time I've ever used it.
This is a neat little tool.
You can shut the hell up right now, D. Brad. No.
The secret is that it's all in the ears. It's all in the ears.
that's right.
It's
yeah.
like I'm gonna blank on his name and I'm gonna feel really bad. Matt
Fife.
Hansel?
Yes, Matt Hansel.
Okay. I asked him for tips on because he does crow quill. And I was like, I've tried to do dip pen like 17 times and it's never gone well. And I was like, what tips do you have? And he was like, oh, it's easy. Just treat it like a brush pen. I was like, oh, so I'll never get it? Okay, cool.
Right.
Yep, we had reached out to Matt Hansel, and he was excited about the prospect of being a guest on Cartoonist by Night. So we'll get to him in 2025. So,
Hey.
All joking aside, though, this really, really good, D. Brad. I really like it.
There you go.
Good job.
all
bud.
joking aside, it's actually really bad.
No, it's
Oh, shut up, Anthony.
really bad.
Man.
Send it straight to me. Get it out of your house.
Just keep
You
in
don't
mind the
need
guy
that
who
kind
said that primarily uses Sharpie markers, so just keep that in mind for that.
Well, there's actually a pen that I did get that I've been using. So maybe because I've been using that one, that made this one easier. But I can't find where I put it. I thought it would be in my cup of pens.
Couple pens.
I'm so bad with brush pens that I primarily just use them to fill blacks.
Right.
I'm not doing a line with this.
We're gonna
I
jump.
love them. I'm not great with them, but I love them.
We have a response from Jamie Gibson. I think D. Brad knows who Jamie Gibson is.
Oh yeah.
I think I say that every time she chimes in. White Christmas is her favorite of the. So let's get D. Brad's, unless it's going to be controversial. What's your opinion on White Christmas?
It's all right.
There we go.
Whoa, hot take.
Future Anthony cut that out so they can continue to have a Merry Christmas this year. So,
I don't think I've ever. I think maybe I've watched it once with her.
And Lavi from Lavi HQ responded with Miracle on 34th Street, the live action Grinch.
Oh,
So those are two of her selections there, and that's going to jump us into the next question here. I had one other question: favorite food or drink during the holidays, and just so I don't forget them, I'm going to kick it off with our the people that wrote in. Adam Crone said favorite food roast beast and hoo hash. Beverage is eggnog out of my Christmas vacation Wally World glasses. Awesome pull there.
Fun.
The blessing. That's also a callback to Adam's episode. Let's see here. Gonna scroll through and we're gonna have some other answers right now. Greg Schmidt from Schmidt and Giggle, Lakefront Holiday Spice Lager. Guessing that's going to be a very local thing to us in Wisconsin with the lakefront terminology. But yeah, Lakefront Holiday Spice Lager. And Hot Wing of Justice, you replied. I'm going to see if you give the same answer. What did you, your favorite holiday food and or drink?
Yeah, and cornbread casserole. It's a family tradition that started when my wife was working the holidays. And I'm not a cook, so I figured that was about the easiest thing to make. And thankfully, the kids weren't arguing, and so we've eaten lasagna and cornbread casserole for the better part of a dozen years or so. And everybody's on board, so that's become my favorite.
You're all freaks.
Or if I can quote Sam the Eagle, you are all weirdos.
It's true.
Okay.
Probably.
One thing I've noticed based on the answer about eggnog is that everybody I've ever met that likes eggnog is a psychopath.
So mine was going to be eggnog.
I like me some eggnog. What can I say?
Oh, what the heck is wrong with you people? It's liquid eggs. It's gross.
Psychopath.
Just like Rocky. That's why we're so big and strong.
Just so you can get grosser. When I started my first job and got my first paycheck, it was at the same time that eggnog was in for the season. So here I am. A young kid earning his own cash and access to purchasing eggnog. So every other day when I'd be working on my break, I would drink a quart of eggnog, and I did that for all of December. And
oh my God!
I will say after that experiment, I would just I would tone it down a little bit, but I enjoyed it during that month. So.
Oh my God! You're like me anytime we order pizza. It's just like I'm gonna eat this until my stomach hurts.
How many people refused to work with you during that period of time when you were drinking all that eggnog?
It's not like his job was professional kisser.
Well, I mean,
It was.
Was
It
it?
was his first job.
yeah, but if he had to squat down to put something on the shelf, though, they no, I'll get that for you, Anthony. You stay upright.
For Cartoonist by Night, we try to, we keep our day jobs a secret, but I was a professional kisser as my first job. So Winston actually,
You
that was
nailed
true.
it. God.
I worked at a grocery store in high school, and every time I closed on a weekend, I would walk out with a Nesquik and a bag of cookies, and I would eat and drink them all that weekend night. And it's crazy, I'm not 400 pounds.
It's like when me and Matt Fife were like 19 and 21 or so, we had an apartment together, and I worked at one pizza place and he worked at a different pizza place. So every night we came home, we each had a large pizza and a 2 liter of soda.
The dream.
Now, since you had different pizzas, would you share or you each had your own?
Oh, we each had our own. They were custom made.
Oh, so they weren't like buffet style where you're just like, oh, sweet, I get to, because that would be an awesome thing to have is being like, oh, you have some Domino's, got some Little Caesars, got some Pizza Hut, got blah, blah, blah. But
No, it was even better than that because we both worked at local places that aren't chains.
there you go.
It was awesome. Those were the days back in the early aughts.
Those were the Hollandaise.
Whoa, you guys,
Oh.
you eggnog
I just
freaks.
want to know more about what a professional kisser is.
Oh, they get paid to kiss.
Okay.
But the thing
And
is,
Drink eggnog.
yeah, you have to drink egg. That's the thing. That wasn't just it wasn't just a weird thing. It was like it was an eggnog kissing booth, and it was at the county fair at the Christmas tree lighting, and yeah, so
Yeah,
Is
disgusting.
that like the kissing booth kind of idea?
yeah, that's where it started. So actually, when you ever see, even if there were like shows or movies that took place before I was born, we still originated the idea of the kissing booth with eggnog. So the kissing booth that you're familiar with, they later evolved into removing the eggnog from it after that first year because of just it was chaos. But,
All right.
I hate it.
Jamie Gibson. Hey, her first thing she listed was eggnog.
Oh my God.
I didn't know she liked eggnog.
Oh my
And-
God.
Learning so much about her.
And, and she writes, my mom's gingerbread. Now, and this is, of course, we're talking about Beverly,
That's right.
Hi, Beverly.
D-Bev, one of our, probably our biggest fan. So,
Yeah.
her mom's gingerbread. Now, do you have some fond memories of your mother-in-law's gingerbread? Is this something, does she keep this to herself when she watches White Christmas, or have you had this too?
There was a brand new batch of gingerbread that arrived today.
Oh,
Yeah.
perfect time.
But
I
my
heard
favorite
gingerbread
that
doesn't have any soul.
Yeah. my favorite that she makes is these squares that have chocolate and caramel in them. I like
I
those.
prefer brunette bread myself.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Oh,
I'm
and
gonna go have some blondies.
her last thing was peppermint chocolates.
Oh yeah, yeah. I knew that one.
Chocolates.
That one I knew.
Like words.
And I think that covers everybody's food choices. I'm gonna jump into see if anybody had responded since. So let's see here. David Gloyd, favorite holiday food, drink, and whatever.
Oh, got to go with Bantha Surprise.
Oh yes. Listened to once again watch last episode of Cartoonist by Night to find all about.
There you go. You'll find out more about that answer.
Well, I was there and I don't remember.
It was a bigger hit than the Sarlacc stew. But I don't know. I think I like some of the traditional holiday meal stuff. Nothing too fancy. we do every year. We have our drinks. We do the old fashions, which being in Wisconsin is usually the brandy old fashions. Although as we're getting a little bit older, my wife has been having some stomach irritation issues drinking the brandy old fashions. And we actually tried something new. It's completely different, but wasn't bad, and that was a vodka old fashioned. So,
Whoa.
so yeah, we experimented with that a little bit, and this year we might be changing up the traditions a little bit just to adjust for things like, getting old.
Jump over to Matt Rodgers. Is it eggnog? Is it going to be eggnog?
I was gonna say, I love eggnog. Just kidding. Eggnog's disgusting. You're all sick, gross people.
I was sick. I told you about that after the
I
was sick.
if to expound on the question asked about your coworkers, if I knew you back then, I would have hated your guts. But no, I don't like food. So I don't really have a favorite. I don't like ham, so I get turkey twice a year. Basically, if you take Thanksgiving and then just like do it a month later, like that's my Christmas dinner.
Yeah, that's same here, but it's
Yeah.
2 months later here.
I like peanut M&Ms.
There we go.
They have these new ones out this year that are like holiday peanut M&Ms, and they're really, really good.
What
They're
makes them holiday?
They're like different. I think they're made with eggnog.
They're only red and green.
I think they're roasted peanuts is what it is. I've seen those, and I've seen
Chestnuts.
peanut
They
butter
are-
and jelly M&Ms too.
They are
Oh
toasty
no!
holiday peanut.
Toasty.
Now, Troy's reacting to the peanut butter and jelly ones. I did have those just the other day. You get a good hint of the classic peanut butter M&M, and if you are a fan of like chocolate covered cherries or chocolate raspberry stuff, you get a little hint of that kind of thrown in, and then it's all coated in eggnog. Oh wait, no, not eggnog.
That's actually how he eats them. He fills a glass with M&Ms, and then he pours eggnog in it and eats it like cereal.
Yeah, I do have to say though, when it comes to M&Ms, holidays are better than Hollandaise.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hollandaise M&Ms.
I don't even know what Hollandaise
this-
is, but just based on its name, it's gross.
I don't know if this is officially an appearance on Cartoonist by Night or not, but famous cartoonist Eric Larson of Savage Dragon fame just commented, because I posted the drawing of Amy Dragon in the fan group.
Yeah.
So it's sort of a running gag to say you got the fin wrong. And so I posted it, said, if I had gotten the fin right, I'd be pretty happy with this one. Amy rules. And his response was, that's not a bad fin. I assume those earrings are clip-on, though. Her ears would heal from any attempt at piercings, after all. So, yeah, he did.
What a nerd.
You can't see it, but he's appeared on Cartoonist by Night. I'm going to make it official. Eric Larson's on this
Put him
episode.
in the thumbnail for
amazing.
sure.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
David Lynch, and Eric Larson.
Right here participating. It's amazing.
I was really
Eric
disappointed
Larson, the guy that drew all those comics I read as a kid, and David Lynch, the guy that narrates all the thoughts inside of my own head. It's amazing.
Does?
Man,
Oh
what
wow.
was up with that baby in Eraserhead, though, man?
I don't know. I only
I'm
saw
really
that once.
disappointed that David Lynch isn't here.
Wait, I'm sorry. I meant David Gloyd was the name of the voice inside my narrative.
Oh.
I don't know if you know this or not.
that makes
Sorry,
sense.
I'm getting confused here.
I was gonna say, man, you are messed up.
Yeah, no, I don't even know who that is, to be perfectly honest with you.
You don't know who David Lynch is?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay. He Twin Peaks and
He's the little boy from A Christmas Story, I think.
yeah.
Is he? Okay. Well, I know who he is.
He shot his eye out.
He did.
Yeah.
He shot his
Yeah.
eye out.
And he grew up to be an elf.
Black
never
Bart, your days are
You're
know
right.
what is true anymore.
Hollandaise.
Do they have David Lynch in Canada?
Yeah, but it has like an extra U in it.
David Lunch.
David Lynch and his hollandaise sauce.
Wash it down with some eggnog.
Oh, I hate it here.
We should do this holiday episode all the time. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out where. Okay, Matt Rodgers, you said yours. D. Brad Gibson. You chimed in a little bit, but we'll give you the spotlight for your favorite holiday food and drink, and in addition to the Damies that you commented on.
Hamburgers.
Hamburgers, like a Santa burger from Luke's Diner.
No, I just want to say it right now that I'd like to have like a barbecue instead.
Or
From now on.
from like
Why have to be only for the summertime barbecue?
well, barbecue is officially a Christmas song because of Emmett Otter, the song that the band sings barbecue. So
Yeah,
barbecue is a
steak. Yeah.
I agree with you, D. Brad, about that. We don't have a nice barbecue at all. It's a camp barbecue.
Yeah.
But I use it in the winter, in the fall. I use it all the time.
Yeah. We use ours quite often too, still, because it doesn't get too cold.
Honestly, this time of year, it's not bad to be outside.
Yeah.
Where I'm at anyway. You know, it's in the 30s or 40s right now.
Yeah.
So it's not a bad time to be outside cooking.
The
It's in the
1930s.
30s or 40s.
Yeah. I'm in Virginia. It's
Well,
warm here.
It's 27 right now, and that's the warmest it's been in 3 days for me. I'm gonna go
So,
have a barbecue. You weirdos! What is wrong with all of you people?
dude, a few days ago it was 18 degrees, and then like the day after it was 18, it was in the 50s. It's like up and down all over the place.
Yeah,
Not that-
well,
not that it's
that's a sunny Wisconsin day right there.
Right.
And not that it's a contest, but we've been waking up to negative.
It was -1 this morning.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
So
yesterday when I
I'm
went-
winning. Basically, I'm winning with
You
these
don't need to
30
move to
degrees.
Virginia.
Yeah. Come on over, everybody.
Yeah.
Housing is cheap. Schools aren't great, but housing.
School's overrated, anyways.
What is yours? Temperature?
Right now in the 30s.
Okay. It's 45 Fahrenheit where I am.
Yeah, but you're practically in Los Angeles, so you don't count.
You know, I don't
Up there in that
I
tropical.
don't get that.
Canada.
What is going on with that current that is keeping you so much warmer than everybody around you?
I don't know.
Well, you see, there's this thing called global warming.
And
It's really bad.
It starts in Vancouver Island.
I do my weather is all in Celsius, so when it's really cold, it gets close to zero. That's when water freezes. So it's
Yeah,
seven
thank you.
7 degrees here is what I would normally say, but then I clicked on the Fahrenheit button and then they told me what Fahrenheit is, and that's 45. Wow. All right.
It's basically t-shirt weather.
Yeah.
So barbecue.
Except it's too wet to barbecue. It's raining right now.
Dang.
I have a
Now,
roof,
I've never
like a
barbecued for
porch.
Christmas, holidays, or whatever. New Year's, I might have barbecue stuff. Maybe. I know what I'd really like for on Christmas Eve. We have like a appetizer hors d'oeuvre kind of things, seafood, and little finger food stuff. That I like that a lot. Christmas Eve, and then
Yeah.
that's probably what I like. And then Christmas morning, my wife now makes sticky bun, cinnamon bun. Yum yum yum.
Yeah.
That stuff's really rich. You can't have more than one.
So,
I can.
so,
Well, I could too, but I feel sick after. Yeah.
so since I moved, I live like a 5-minute drive from a mall. So we'll just go there and walk up to Cinnabon and buy a box to go.
Oh yeah.
And okay, tell me if I'm weird, but when you eat a Cinnabon, you're supposed to start and you slowly unwrap it as you eat it with a fork and a knife,
Uh-huh.
and then you get to the middle.
Uh-huh.
My son just grabs it with his hand and just
Yeah, that's how you're supposed to eat it, right?
the first time I witnessed it, I was just like,
Yeah, I guess I'm eating the wrong Cinnabons because yeah, I'm all hands in and eggnog drenched all over it and everything.
I was like, what is wrong? Aren't you what? What is? I
But did
hate
you
it.
correct him? Did you show him the right way to do it?
No. He's old enough to know better.
You
He's
watch
like
this.
he's established.
You watch
You
this
have to have
episode.
a parent-teacher conference. Be like, what are you teaching him?
They'll request it from us and be like, so we saw him eating a cinnamon roll the other day. Is everything okay at home? Whew.
I forget where we are. Winston Gambro, let's jump in with you. Favorite holiday food and drink?
Well, I do love me some eggnog.
There we go.
Contentious in here. And then probably like Christmas cookies. My mom makes a really good one that's like melted like a brick of chocolate on top of kind of Rice Krispie treats, but peanut buttery.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm listening.
Listening, yeah.
Hungry right now.
I'll forgive the eggnog.
Yeah, back to
Yeah, stop on by the Gambro Christmas party if you want one.
I'll be there.
I sent out the invite for the Gambro Christmas party to all of the past guests on Cartoonist by Night, so we'll be there.
Oh, well, at least I can say hi to Eric Larson.
Yes, he'll be there. It'll be cool.
He's just gonna put down a sketch pad and be like, draw the fin.
Draw it right this time, hoser.
Who would design a character like that? I had to draw that once for a sketch, and I'm like, I can't do this twice.
Very hard, Finn. I don't know that I've ever done it right.
It is it's a weird fin.
Eric Wolfgang,
Yeah.
your answer, if you didn't already go.
Okay, this is gonna sound completely crazy.
Uh-oh.
Or not crazy. I don't know. Target, right? I stock up like a doomsday prepper every holiday season. Every holiday season. I don't understand why it's only during the holidays they have a cheese
Oh.
that is a smoked cheddar flavor brick of cheese, and I don't know why it's like $6.99, almost seven, or like $7.99, something like that, for something that's not even like a foot long. You know, like it's not even 6 inches long. It's like 5 inches of a little brick of cheese, and you throw that on a cracker and some summer sausage. Oh my God! It is like a smoked filled heaven in your mouth from Target, and I don't know why. I will purposely. So there's this thing over by me where it's just like you go give blood.
Yeah.
And every time you go give blood, they give you like a $25 or $20 gift card to like either like Amazon or Target or whatever kind of stupid thing. I will purposely go like open my veins to give them a gallon of blood just to get the smoked cheddar cheese so I can like basically have enough that will last me the whole year. And I'll freeze it too. I'll throw it in the freezer. And people are like, what's this? I'm like, don't touch my blocks of cheese.
Get off
Like,
my
I can-
cheese.
I have an idea for the Wolfgang threadless shirt. Is he
Oh my
frozen?
god, that's funny.
Is he frozen right now?
Yeah, I think he froze. He was so excited about his cheese that he just froze up.
I had
The
a
fact that he gives blood in order to go get this cheese is just
Okay,
freaking
The fact that
hilarious.
his blood isn't full of cholesterol and he's able to get
okay,
it
Eric, you're
because
bad.
of the cheese.
And I have the good blood too, man. They tell me, it's like, you got some rare blood. I'm like, thank you, thank you, thank you. And then they tell me too, they're just like, oh, you're a perfect candidate to do this. You give the double blood.
The
Or it's
double.
just like the
Yeah,
double blood.
double
I don't know
red.
what it's called, man.
And
They're
you're
just
like,
giving
do
me
I
gift
get
cards.
do I get 2 cheese coupons if I get the
You're
double?
like
Hey,
double
let me
blood,
tell you,
double
you give
cheese.
Yeah, what's your
you
blood
give the
type?
double
Mozzarella?
blood, you get 2 gift cards. Let me tell you.
Eric, on your threadless shop, if you make like a design or sticker or whatever that says "Will bleed for cheese," I will buy it.
We'll bleed for cheese.
Oh
I
my
100.
God.
You know what? I've been trying to think of a new shirt to put on there. That is
That's
my
a
new
good
shirt.
one.
I will
Will
buy the
bleed.
heck out of that.
You know what? I would wear a will bleed for cheese shirt as well. That's a really good idea.
I don't want to gloss over Winston's question about the blood type. What were you saying?
Oh, I said, what's your
Oh.
blood type? Mozzarella?
Smoked cheddar.
Appreciate it.
At this point, it should be smoked cheddar. Man, just put that. Stick that in an IV for me, and I'd be the happiest little boy on the holiday season.
Now, is it a Target brand specific or
It's Target brand, Target exclusive cheese.
wow.
Target exclusive
Only
cheese.
available.
But only at Christmas.
Only Christmas makes no sense. Let me tell you. Okay, 2 years ago, right? I waited. I missed out on the cheese. I was so mad. It was after New Year, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go there. Everything's on sale. I'm gonna hopefully find some cheese. I looked like a little goblin, a little thing, a little bottom feeder, just like lifting the shelves up and like scourging through all the clearance Christmas glitter crap just to find a small little brick of cheese. And I found one. It was and the wrapping. It's in a wrapper, so it's fine. But the wrapper was sticky. I didn't care. I bought it. That was the only one I could find. I was just like,
It's
I'm
from
not
like 3
missing
years
a
ago
year.
underneath the shelf.
I'm not missing a year of this cheese.
Eric the
Man.
cheese goblin.
So like on like Black Friday, like people fist fight over toys.
Right.
I'll
Would you
I'll
fight
punch
for
an old
cheese?
woman in the face for this cheese. You kidding me? I see a child in that aisle, I will muff their face out of the aisle. Be like, get away from my cheese. You like, summer sausage, you can get that anywhere. That's fine. Target doesn't have, a conglomerate over the summer sausage. But that cheese has to be patented. Has to be a patented cheese.
Man.
So you say that about the summer sausage. One of Anthony and David's friends from, I think everybody knows them, Kevin Kleinens over at the what do you call it, the Crimson Cowl.
Yep.
He sent me some Kewaskum was it Kewaskum Smokehouse summer sausage?
Yeah.
It's not like normal summer sausage. That stuff is really, really good.
I just learned today.
Not like, Pepperidge Farm or anything. There's a difference.
I just learned today why it's called summer sausage.
You tell.
Because some are here and some are there.
It's because they add so many preservatives to it that it doesn't need to be refrigerated. And back when they would make it, it would last until summer.
Oh, that's not a fun reason, but it's a reason.
Yeah.
So, does anybody else here have the problem where you're eating so much of the summer sausage and the cheese and all that stuff that you got to really stuff in once you get to the real meal of the holiday? You're already filled up on all the snacks.
Yeah, it's
Yes. I was waiting for my turn to mention that exact same thing. Because yes, absolutely.
That's a great
Well,
segue.
see, you just take a plate. You just grab a plate. You know, like a buffet. You just take your stuff on the other stuff. You take 2 plates, stack it up. Be like, oh, this is for somebody who's at home who couldn't make it today, but they're really just for you.
And they're just filled with cheese.
That's it, man.
And terrific technique.
Oh, it's amazing.
All right,
Time to go to Target.
let's jump over to Troy then for your holiday menu.
Oh, it's already given away. It's basically a cheese board. Now, for breakfast, I always make sweet rolls out of a can, not homemade like D. Brad gets, but
No, it's I don't think they're homemade, but
I thought she mean sorry out of a can, like the kind that you hit it with a spoon and it pops open,
like a Pillsbury or something.
yeah,
Or you gotta unroll the cardboard on the side.
right.
You hit it with a spoon?
I kind of hit the can with the spoon to
Oh,
pop
man.
it open.
I just slammed that dude on the edge of the counter.
You're spooning cans? What
I'm
are you doing
spooning.
over there?
This is Virginia, Eric. Come on now.
The
You know
weather's
how
so
to use
nice.
tools?
The warm weather in the winter does things to you, man.
He loves his cans like you love your cheese.
That's right. So the sweet rolls for breakfast, and then a cheese board will come out at some point.
Yeah.
My wife is from Venezuela. She makes a tamale called ayacas, which is like it's like a tamale, but it's rectangular, and it has everything under the sun inside of it. And so she'll make those, and my dad will make homemade cannolis. And we'll usually have something else like a lasagna or something. But typically, like, everybody is so full from the cheese board that there's just loads and loads of leftovers. And the worst part of it is that these ayacas, the Venezuelan tamales, they take them like 2 days to make them.
Oh yeah.
And so everybody feels bad not having room for them, so we just force them in just because we would feel like a jerk not forcing them in.
Look what you
But
did,
yeah,
jerk.
sweet rolls, cheese, cannolis, and ayacas.
Oh, cool. Anybody else have not said anything other than me? Did we catch everybody? I think.
Let me tell you, did I tell you guys about this cheese at Target? No, I'm just kidding.
What is it?
I hear it's good enough to bleed for.
We're all ears. D. Brad's all ears.
Now, Eric, does that cheese come in a spreadable form?
No, it's just a brick. You
I've
can
heard-
build a house. You
Word.
buy enough of this cheese, you can make a strong foundation for a house.
But does it melt?
Cheese don't melt. Cheese don't melt.
Huh? Have you ever tried?
No, it's a scientific fact. Cheese does not melt.
I'm sorry, sir.
God, you sicken me.
If it was a spreadable cheese, it might have made Anthony's list.
Well, that's a great segue because spread cheese is one of my go-tos. I always have fond memories of having that at the grandparents' house and getting excited. And then once again, when I moved out, earning my own paychecks and doing all that kind of stuff, that's when I realized, oh, I can have cheese spread like any time of the year. It was always like designated to Christmas and New Year's, and then once that happened, I'm just like, oh, this could be a weekly thing for me. And David's showing off an awesome drawing. Let's focus. I want to focus on that there, David.
What's that?
David, let's see that again.
That's just there's going to be a lot more background and coloring to that, but
Neat.
And those were
Cool.
characters that were made out of, was it like styrofoam? What was that again for like the film version? Do you have the physical ones there?
I've got them here. You know what? I didn't have enough time planning on this. Otherwise, I could have pulled those out. Maybe next time.
Maybe.
And show you the styrofoam puppet heads from the film version.
Oh yeah, they did look like puppets.
Maybe can future Anthony post them? Like
I could definitely
insert them here?
That could be too. Yeah, I could send him a send him over some shots of that.
In future, Anthony, send me lottery numbers.
But
Wait a
but
minute.
yeah, that's what these characters are made of. We for the film version, we just essentially took styrofoam balls. We cut them and made holes in the back so you could stick your fingers in there and make them talk. And it was just like Sharpies, like their faces drawn on there, and they were skeletons. So
Nice.
Per Winston's request for the lottery numbers, we'll see the ticker along the bottom of the screen giving away the numbers here. So just write those down before they're off the screen. And yeah, so cheese spread is like my go-to thing, to the point where it's what I bring to events. Like if we have a Crimson Cowl party, and whether it be in winter, whether it be in summer, I'm in charge of the cheese and crackers, cheese spread and crackers. I'll bring it to the family organizations, family organized events, and all that fun stuff. Once again, whether anybody wants it there or not, I know I want it there, so I'm bringing it there. And Troy, you got a question, or are you just waving?
When you say cheese spread, is it like the bucket
Yeah. So
or the squirt bottle?
yeah, so we're talking tubs.
Okay.
Merc,
Cheese
Like
tub.
port,
Boys bringing
port
buckets
wine.
of cheese.
a tub of cheese.
you know what they put oil in, like those big drums. That's what we're talking about. So
A keg?
It's like a 5-gallon bucket.
yeah.
like pub cheese. Would you call it pub cheese?
That would be a good term for it. Yeah. It's been called pub cheese before, but yeah,
Okay.
spreading with a knife and busting a cracker every time you try to spread it on.
Okay.
My mom would melt. She would melt cream cheese and cheddar cheese
Oh.
and chopped. What is it? Chipped beef and green olives. And she would melt all that stuff together, and then she would form a ball out of it, and then she'd roll that ball in nuts.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
good
I've seen
old-fashioned
that.
cheese ball. Yeah.
Yeah.
You just soak that thing in eggnog overnight.
Oh!
Now, my wife does that same thing, Troy, and the kids love it. It's like the chipped beef, the onions, everything. That goes like that. There's your appetizer, like with the crackers and everything.
Yeah,
That
it
does
goes
not
pretty
get
quick.
anything.
The other main staple is there was a local bakery, Crestwood Bakery, that we would have these cutout cookies for. And if you are from the Oh Yeah Comics and have been at our hangout parties and such, we'll know them. They'll know them as the orange cookies, but that's just because it happens when I bring like the pumpkin shaped ones. But throughout the seasons, they'll have different shapes. You got the hearts for Valentine's Day. You've got they probably have done shamrocks, but you'll have Easter bunnies, some yellow cutout Easter bunnies, and it's such a dense cookie. I think that's like the best way to call it out. And for Christmas, they would always have the trees, but then they would be an extra bonus because they would put little jimmies and sprinkles and stuff for like ornaments on the trees. You don't see them too often. They don't seem to put that one out as much anymore, but those cookies and the cheese spread are like my go-to. And once again, with a healthy serving of eggnog, so which is what Winston is drinking right now, I think. Yeah, just taking a good old swig of nog. So, okay, did everybody say an answer now? I think on that.
I think so. Yeah.
Did everybody except for Rodgers kind of like eggnog?
I like eggnog, but I don't love it anymore. It's okay.
No.
So that's
Yeah, I was gonna say,
everybody,
I'm not
then,
a
right?
big fan.
Everybody.
No, I'm
Get
not
out
a
of
big
here with
fan
that
of it.
eggnog.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'd rather
Wolfgang and
cheese.
you know what?
Now
The two most prolific artists.
I-
Yeah, I'm teasing.
I want to see what the reaction is here, because during October and Halloween season, the kickoff there's a local company here that has pumpkin eggnog, pumpkin spice eggnog. And if you honestly, if you ask me, I like it way better than the regular eggnog. And I'm not one that gets everything in pumpkin spice. So, but that combination I think is even better than normal eggnog. So,
I'm not much of a pumpkin fan, so you lost me on that one. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, if it
Brian
was all
Lynch,
pumpkin spice eggnog, then I'd probably have to jump on the anti eggnog side of things.
we got to find out. Brian Lynch, are you a pumpkin fan?
Surprisingly, no. The best pumpkin thing that I can say is when the wife makes homemade pumpkin pie for Thanksgiving.
Oh,
Other
yeah.
than that, I'll eat it, but I'm not searching it out or anything.
They're not for eating,
Dang,
they're for
fake.
drawing.
Does
What a poser.
Oh, yeah.
hey, there was a Troy's back with a dog.
Troy's back with a dog. Pumpkin's
Ladies and
gross.
gentlemen, Eric Larson.
That's right. How'd you know the dog's name, David? That's amazing.
Before we get off the food topic, I'm surprised, even though, we're thinking like a lot of Christmas stuff, but, holiday times, Thanksgiving and everything. And I don't know if this is just my family and the region where I'm from and all that, but like, I just love busting out like 20 of our toasters that we always have in the kitchen and just making as much toast as possible. We, pour on the jelly beans and the pretzels and the popcorn. But the main thing is finally having a use for those 20 toasters. Anybody else do that? No.
I don't own a toaster.
I have one toaster.
Yeah,
My
we
wife won't
we
let
watched that for Thanksgiving, and we're kind of thinking the same thing. Like, who has that many toasters?
So yeah, referring to the Peanuts Thanksgiving, Charlie Brown special, there was a funny voiceover reel that got thrown into my algorithm of a guy narrating a fast version of the Thanksgiving Charlie Brown special and just like, really calling out how weird it is and just like saying, just Peppermint Patty just, throwing herself into the forcing them to have a family dinner or a friend's dinner and all that stuff. But they specifically mentioned like, oh yeah, I'm taking out all of the toasters that of course everybody has in their kitchen,
Oh.
just very easily access, So, all right.
I missed it.
That completes it for that question. I just asked those two questions to everybody, not only here, but as well as some of the people that chimed in through the Cartoonist by Night Instagram page. We're going to start winding down here for the night one of the Cartoonist by Night Hollandaise special. I think it's official now.
Hey.
And what we want to do here is just a quick round of plugs. I'm going to just go once again with my screen organization on my window. Brian Lynch, give your quick edition of your plugs, of your social medias, and anything that you're doing and selling and where people can find it.
Instagram, at Hot Wing of Justice, at Hot Wing of Justice on the BSKY Blue Sky. I'm still on X at Hot Wing Justice. You can find my books at All Yeah Comics, Project Pumpkin, Social Interaction, Hot Wing of Justice, and The Bucket List. And here's a little more preview of what was worked on today.
Ooh, awesome. We got a sand crawler over there. Got some Jawas. That's awesome.
Tattooing Christmas.
Got
Nice.
some lips in there.
And that's a great thing to throw in there too for people to show off the art and progress at the end of the plugs there.
Yeah, now, just for the record, we don't own the hot lips. I think that's MASH might have that. So we don't own that. So, but yeah, we'll take it.
Fair enough. D-Bread Gibson, taking a look. Where can we find your art on the internet? And
I don't know, somewhere.
It's D-Bread Gibson over at Instagram. Yep.
Yeah.
Take a look at what you've
The
been
only
doing.
other plug I have. Hey, Brian.
Oh, it's a great plug. Great plug.
Hi-yo!
And let's take a look at if you want to cycle through some of your drawings there to see
Eh?
if you want to cycle through your drawings there and give us a little.
I didn't draw it because I was inking and going. It was a bit slower, but that's how it turned out.
That's
And
cool.
That looks great.
Oh, Carolyn.
then the weird elf guy,
Amazing.
and then I took my little abominable snowman from Rudolph ornament,
Oh, cool.
and I'm trying to draw him. I don't know why he's doing that pose though.
The
Oh, wait.
Bumble.
Where is it? Okay, where is it? Yeah.
Covering his bits.
Yeah. His bits.
He's cold.
Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. Matt Rodgers, any other teas? Otherwise, jump into some plugs if you got them.
No more teas. I actually closed the file because I'm almost done. And but no, Slaughter Otter number 2 is now on KeenSpotShop.com for pre-order. Where's the button? There we go. I'll cycle through the covers. We got cover A by me. We got cover. Oh, I hit the wrong button. One sec. Whoop, there we go.
Oh no.
Cover B by Jay Hammond. We got cover C by Alejandro. And then we got cover D by me. And that one's going to be a hollow foil cover.
Nice.
That's me riffing on the Hulk. Yeah.
El Peon cover.
Yeah, see? Says it right down there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, check out Slaughter Otter with issue number 2 on its way. Issue number 1 is out there in the wild to get yourself caught up. Awesome, fun time with that. David Gloyd, where can they find you? Oh, actually, Rodgers, with your social media, that's all in the credits because of the cast member stuff. So
yeah, I'm on. I did leave. I left Twitter. I'm only on Blue Sky and Facebook and Instagram. So
I did update that on the last episode. So
sweet.
David Gloyd, where can they find you online? And a little tease for whatever stuff that you have out there and people to purchase.
Yeah, you can find my stuff on website crimsoncowl.com. Yep, that's it. We've got some fun free comics that you can read on there. Part 1 is up of what I'm working on now, which is Grave Sweeper's Spooky Stories, Three Brothers Grimm. So part 2, I'll be in a race to see if this gets posted first or if that comic gets posted first. We'll see what happens. My bet would probably be that this will be posted first, but we'll see. Yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff on there, all for free. We're on a variety of social media as well: Facebook, Instagram, technically Twitter, but haven't posted anything on Twitter, and I can't remember how long. So
probably since it was called Twitter.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I'm sure it was, which is why I still say Twitter because I haven't been on, X or whatever.
You haven't updated the app, so as far as you're concerned, it's still called Twitter.
Yeah, exactly.
And then people can reach out to you to purchase the physical comic book, a collaboration between you and your son here.
They definitely can. Tales from the North, The Dungeon, that is the physical comic. There are also a number of Tales from the North free comics on the website as well. It's an anthology. You don't really have to read one to get the other, but it's better if you do.
There we go. Eric Wolfgang, where can they find you on the social media and anything you want to plug with your Patreon and commissions and work and stuff?
Find me online at Instagram. WolfieBoy21. Then there is my website. Really weird. I didn't buy a URL. I'm super cheap. I only spend all my money for cheese. It is ericwolfgang.square.site. Yeah, it's a bit of a word, but you could type. You got fingers. You type. People type paragraphs of text messages. They could type a URL.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's right.
Yeah, that's right. I colored my dudes, by the way. I was like, what's up? That guy.
I like that guy.
I don't know. And there's this guy.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Swig. Swig.
And there's that guy.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh, and I got some fan art for Matt Rodgers, the other Matt. That is, whoa, bam! Look at that guy.
Whoa.
Look at that guy. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I was supposed to finish that yesterday. I didn't finish it. I'm terrible at stuff like that. But anyways,
Email
it'll be
it.
done
Awesome,
eventually.
though.
Email
Looks
it to
finished.
What?
It looks
Email.
finished.
Oh, I gotta color it.
Oh, look good, man.
When you email it to me, I can put it in issue 3 for a pinup.
Yeah, man. Well, I'll send it to you whenever.
Yeah, you got time. You got time.
And then
I needed it yesterday.
super fun altogether. Comic book that you celebrated coming out this year. You got copies of that.
Oh yeah. Oh, I almost forgot. I almost just cursed too because I curse when I'm excited. I made a Patrick the Wolf Boy little short story that's in Oh Yeah Comics issue 15, and I made it into a little ash can zine for people who don't know who Patrick the Wolf Boy is.
That's cool.
And it was just like, hey, here's a free sample. Well, it's not free. It says $3.
Yeah.
But if I give you one, it is free.
It's a free $3.
It's a free sample.
It's a free dollar sample.
And speaking of Oh Yeah Comics 15, we've got a advertisement, kind of some art from Troy in there for some kid slapshot stuff that got you a cover credit.
Which was super, super weird. I asked Eric Wolfgang because I know he had it. I'm like, what do I have in there? And he's like, your name is on it. I'm like, yeah, but what do I have in there? And he said, your name is on it.
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly haven't even read it yet. So
I don't have anything in there, but I am super pleased to have my name on it.
And then that was the debut
What
of
a
Matt
treat.
Fife and Matt Rodgers for Oh Yeah Comics story debut as well. So check that out.
Well, the thing that's super weird about it is actually that's the first thing that me and Matt Fife ever did. But because Art didn't publish it until now, we actually put out like 6 comic books in the meantime.
Yeah.
Nice.
Dang.
So now I look at it and I'm just like, ugh.
Hey man, that's your
Bit
rookie
of
card,
history.
man. Be
Right?
proud of that.
Can I redraw that, please?
It looks great. I read it. It looks great.
Yeah, it's kind of like those movies that come out after someone becomes famous.
Yeah. My Cabin in the Woods.
I was just going to say, it's Chris Hemsworth
Exactly
as
what I do.
Silver in Cabin in the Woods. Jump over to Winston Gambro. Where can they find you online, and any kind of Patreon or any kind of works and things you want to promote?
Winston Gambro on all social media. Not really on X anymore, but a dead account will be there. Instagram, Blue Sky. WinstonGambro.com for my portfolio. At the time this airs, this will probably be a webtoon, so everyone check out A Safe Place to Live, everywhere good web comics are found. And I'm a designer at Oni Comics, so read Oni Comics. You have a 1 in 4 chance of me designing it.
Yeah.
Nice.
And if people wanted some early sneak peek at some
nice.
stuff, you got some Patreon perks and stuff, right?
Oh, yeah. If you want to see my stuff as soon as I draw it, patreon.com/Winston Gambro. Thank you.
Excellent. And then jump over to Troy. What you got there? Promote. Somebody has a brand new issue that your name is also attached to, because it's out in the wild now. Jungle Drama, correct?
Yes, Jungle Drama is out there. I did the plot for this. It's called Salty Beaches, and Eric Marshall and Danny Harrell took the plot and made a pretty great comic out of it. Got a variant cover. It's a Scott Pilgrim tribute, and I'm on social media pretty much just Instagram, tunes with a Z by Troy.com also is the website. So
Excellent. And then I think that was everything. Up to me here. If you go to crimsoncowl.com, you'll also, in addition to David's comics there is a 5-page preview for my next issue of Rice Christopher. What's Rice Christopher, you ask? Well, he is a crispy rice man who goes on adventures. My first ever self-published comic book. Wrote and drew this, and it's an all-ages fun book. All the information is in the show notes and at the end to reach out to me and purchase one. Comment on the video, email latchkeykid@gmail.com, and get yourself a copy of that. At the time of this release, I'm going to coincide the release of it. I have a one-page Rice Christopher Christmas and holiday page that I'm going to throw out there. So a one-page story that will be in a future printing of an issue, but I'm throwing it out there as to celebrate the holidays. So I'll drop it along with this episode. So just go to my social medias at Anthony Latch, LAATSCH. And speaking of Crimson Cowl, I host the Crimson Cowl Comic Club, and that's where we all hang out. We talk about comic books. We have group discussions. We bring our weekly picks. We go through the previews. Crimson Cowl Comic Club over on YouTube for the full video experience. You can also listen through iTunes as well. And yeah, I think that covers it. Anybody else have anything else to throw out there? Troy?
My son, my 10-year-old, fully endorses Rice Christopher. That it is a good, fun, stupid, silly comic.
Chris Ricestopher.
Chris Ricestopher.
I killed him.
That's a Bizarro story that we're working on. Yeah. And just under the wire here, Kevin Wolf from Happy Wolf Art has answers to those holiday questions, so I want to read them off. Favorite movies? Charlie Brown Christmas Special, A Christmas Story, and Rankin and Bass Santa Claus is coming to town. All so good, he says. And when it comes to food, he goes Christmas sweets, and in parentheses puts brownies.
Brownies.
Oh, some Christmas brownies. Happy Wolf Art, which is different from Wolfie Boy. They're two separate people. We figured all that out. There are two entities that are out there.
They should fight.
We'll get them maybe a night two. We'll see if we can get them to fight. That is going to do it for this episode. I think it went pretty well. You know, I wasn't sure if there was going to be some lag, and I think it all went pretty smooth with having a Brady Bunch sized window here. Shout out to the Brady Bunch.
Who's in the middle?
What's that?
On my screen, D-Brad's in the middle.
Oh, really?
On the
mine
video,
too.
on the video, it'll probably be Rodgers, but
Rodgers?
Okay. What do you have?
He's Alice then. You're Alice.
Rodgers. What do you got there?
Oh, it's just an issue of Booster Gold.
Okay.
Possibly for a variant. I don't know. We'll see.
And actually, we'll get Troy as well, too, if you want to grab your drawing, because I forgot to do this. So there's my Bobo, and then I worked on a Walter as well. So those are two additions to the Winter Muppets into my ever-going collection. There's our Amy over there from Troy. And yeah.
The messed up fin that Eric Larson said is not that bad.
There you go.
A better compliment has never been given.
Yeah.
I did have a question about those earrings. They must be like clip-on, right?
Yeah. I mean, clearly they're ridiculous, these daggone earrings.
Well, that is going to do it for night one of the Cartoonist by Night Hollandaise special. It's time to go refill all of our eggnogs and get ready for night two. See you later.
Aren't those speckles adorable?
That was a great line to end on with whatever Troy was screaming at the end there.
got it. Can't get the thing closed.
Dinosaur.
Dinosaur. Okay.
I love eggnog.
Okay.
I was crossing my eyes.